We're back and we had a fantastic March. Yes, we did. Um, how was your March gaming wise, Mark?
My March was full of gaming. It was really fun. I had the ancient game that I put on at Xander's Games at March 16th. So that was a great. We had six players show up, and I played that Hail Caesar rule set for the first time. I recommend it. It's not too hard to learn. It's fun. It's enthralling. So it's a good set. So I played that. I played a lot of bolt action over March. So did a lot of painting and all that. So yeah.
How about you, Phil?
I had a couple of different games of Blood Red Skies, including one at Lost Planet Games. I also played in the game of The Men Who Would Be King, which seems to be gaining some popularity around here.
Awesome.
So I think that about covers it for the month.
And I was so busy in work, it was kind of scary. So I didn't get any gaming in. I did do some painting, but nothing in the game arena. And then when I did get some time freed up, life got in the way, as it always
That
does.
that
And
happens.
so, yeah, it happens. I was going to get together with you, Mark, but it just never came about. Yeah. So
So,
what's on the docket then for April? What's left of
oh, can I
April?
just add something I forgot? I played Chain of Command too. I've been playing a series of campaign for Pint Size Campaign Bloody Bucket and moved into our like fourth turn of that series. So that was fun.
That's two fat lardies.
Yes,
It's
yes it
kind of
is.
fun to say. Two fat
Yes.
lardies.
So, Margaret, is that just a two-player campaign? Are you playing the Germans against somebody else, or what campaign
Ye-
is this?
Yeah, I'm playing against Paul Hobson. What do you call it? Battle of the Bulge. It's the
Okay.
opening rounds. It's really hard for the Germans. I have all inexperienced troops. It's just really difficult. But this round, I get my tank, so I'm hoping I can do something different. Because you have to bridge the odor, so it takes 3 turns to have that happen. So basically, I'm sending um, fresh troops across open fields to try to crack American defenses, which is not happening.
Sounds tough.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I did remember I did play some advanced squad leader.
Oh, yes, I want to talk about this.
Yeah, I actually taught my wife the because she's been studying the Pegasus Bridge. We went when we were in France. We went to it and planted the seed there of what cool thing happened with the crazy gliders. But she's gotten crazy into researching it and stuff I didn't even know. To the point where she's going to get some documents only written in French. Luckily, she can read French.
Nice.
So, paints a very different picture of Pegasus Bridge, which I'll be presenting when she gets those documents and starts reading them and briefing me on them. But she won. She played the Brits and
Awesome.
stormed the bridge successfully. It's kind of an introductory scenario. It's a really good one to teach people, but it is at night, which makes it really weird. Because you
So
never
it's the advanced squad leader starter set, or
No, it's
which
a
set?
campaign. So you're
Okay.
playing, but it's broken down into scenarios. So when you play the campaign, you break it down into scenarios, but you keep track of all the things that happen over the course of the game. We just played the first one just to,
Yeah.
get her used to the rules, but she's
Yeah.
ready to play PB2. So I'm
Nice.
excited. Yeah.
So when are you going to
Yeah.
build a Pegasus bridge that in 28 millimeter for bolt action and teach her that?
I actually have the Pegasus Bridge in 28. So yeah. And actually I played it before at Odyssey Games and it
Oh,
was
okay.
really fun. Yeah, we had a lot of fun with it. But now the more research that we've been doing on it, I've found it's not even close to accurate. Um, there's a lot of controversy. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, which is good for another episode.
nice.
But
All
that's all
right.
I've been doing in the gaming area. But I am looking forward to what's coming up uh, in the gaming field. So, Mark, what are you going to do now that you're ready to talk about it?
What is that?
Yeah, what are you going to do in April?
Oh, you mean there? Well, I don't know if I can make it, but there's the Advance Con next weekend. Is that what we're talking about? Or I'm sorry, I'm a little lost again.
No. I was just,
No.
yeah, the Advance is coming up and that's next
Um,
weekend, 13th, right?
yeah, that's down south. I know Fubar Designs is putting on, they built the whole Reichstag. So they're going to be doing a Battle of Berlin bolt action down there. So if you're interested in that, it's going to be a really good, fun grind out. Really impressive design of a board, and it's a convention, so there'll be other games going on. So hopefully people can make it down south, and
So
it's
that's
called Advance Con.
so it's in San Diego. That's what you mean by down south, right?
Yes. Well, sorry, I'm in Camarillo. I forget.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's San Diego, so it's down south for all of us, but
It's very
Right.
far south, yeah.
Yeah.
mhm. Where exactly is it being held? I don't remember.
I'd have to look it up real quick.
I think the La Mesa Adult
Oh,
Enrichment
yes.
Center.
Mhm.
There's a Saga tournament planned. I think there's a couple
Mhm.
other things there. I'm not exactly sure what though.
They have a big Saga group down there, I believe, that's pretty
Yeah.
strong. So,
Yeah. And there's a pretty
have you
good
do you
Saga
guys play
group up here.
Saga? Do you
Yep.
guys play Saga?
I
Yeah, you
have
do.
not in a long time.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I haven't played in a long time, but I have Vikings and I have Bretons, which is a really
Nice.
fun army, all mounted.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
very cool. But I don't have the second edition. So
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, I've got that. I've got I think it's called Romans, but they used to be the Byzantines, but I think they were renamed. So for second edition.
So Phil, what are you
um,
going to do in April?
Well, in March, I got my giant Kickstarter for Dead Man's Hand Redux showed up. So I'm starting to paint a lot of little cowboys right now. Um, and it came with a lot of terrain, and I will probably actually use that for some What a Cowboy first. With some friends in Huntington Beach, Mike and Matt that I think Paul you've met before. So
Mhm.
um,
you want to give us a quick rundown what was in your box there?
let's see. It's the new improved starter box, which is fairly gigantic. I think the retail is like $100, but I have 20 different 28 millimeter cowboys, the rule book, the dice, the playing cards, and then there's a bunch of terrain. So there's three single story buildings, some boardwalks, there's a covered wagon, and there's just some other small pieces of scenery as well.
Yeah, it looked like a really good deal. I asked you if it was a change in rules, and did you know, or I know
I,
you said you didn't weren't aware, but
yeah, I mean, I never played first edition, so I
Mhm.
don't know, and I actually haven't gotten very far through actually reading the rule book yet. I've
Sure.
just started building the models because everything is in plastic, so these are cowboys that are very customizable. I mean, you could attach different arms with different weapons. They've got male cowboys, they've got female cowboys, and yeah, you have to build a little posse with a variety of weapons and stuff like rifles and pistols and shotguns and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like their plastic sets. It's a good game. I like it a lot. It's really
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, so I mean, the Kickstarter funded. These are the same cowboys that they had before, but they've now added plastic terrain as well. So like the
Nice.
buildings and the stagecoach and the covered wagon and so on.
I think they were using foregrounds before. I have a couple foreground cowboy buildings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So who knows how long it's gonna take to get all these done? But it's
Yeah.
slowly getting that as my painting queue now.
Well, good thing about that game, you only need 7 players or
Yep,
7 characters.
seven
So.
models in your warband. Yeah, so it's not a whole lot. So I'm working on a cowboy band right now. So. Um, I'll be out of town for a couple weeks in April, actually starting this week, but I'll be back in time for April 20th, which is the Major Wellington's Bolt Action World War One Day.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
forgot about that one.
so that was moved from the church to Odyssey Games. I'm not exactly sure why that was moved, but I'll still plan on going to it. I got some World War One French that I will bring.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure why that was moved either. But I'll probably try to check it out. I don't have any World War One stuff. I'll probably try to just see how it goes. Look over people's shoulders or try to borrow an army or something. Um, so yeah, I'm not sure, but see how it goes.
Yeah,
I have the printout of the supplementary rule set, so I haven't looked at it.
yeah, and I'm sure if people want to bring World War II, they could probably get a World War II game in or something there. So
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know how many people have World War One armies.
Not
Yeah,
me.
or maybe you can do a 1930s thing or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cool. What
So
about you,
what?
Paul?
Well, I want to get Achtung Panzer. That's coming out in a couple weeks, right?
Achtung
It is.
Panzer.
I'm looking
Ah,
forward to that.
I am too. Have you seen like Troy did a
Yes.
quick play test on it. He's got an advanced copy. Very jealous about that.
Yeah, there's some videos online. Other people have
Mhm.
gotten playthroughs as well. So yeah,
Well, it got Troy painting, so that
yeah,
says a lot.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So he's now in Indiana. He's painting away, and he says it's really good, very enjoyable. Um, Makes for a really good game, which I'm excited for because building that community has been rough.
Yeah, we played a bolt action yesterday at a friend's house, and we were talking about that game. I guess it has some optics things for the German tanks, which is a benefit. I wasn't catching on to everything, but seemed like a pretty cool system.
Yeah, I think the thing I like most about what I've read is that they are talking about the ammunition, so APDS and that sort of thing, which, I know they kind of factored into the game. So a lot of people say, well, how is the Sherman penetrating a Tiger? It's using
Right.
APDD,
So I heard the rumor that's gonna sort of move over to bolt action somehow, but we'll see what happens.
that's a big rumor.
I mean, one of these days, version 3 is going to come out, but I thought it would have been
Yeah.
out by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of April Fools that it was coming out, so that was fun. Um,
Nice.
yeah, I don't know. There's keeping very tight-lipped about the progress of version 3. They have mentioned it on their website that it is coming, but not
Mhm.
any time frame or anything like that.
Hmm. Mysterious.
Mysterious. But someone played Cruel Seas recently, didn't they? I think Richard put
They,
together a Cruel Seas event.
I didn't go to it, but if you did, let us know.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
there was
think
one at the church I thought a couple months ago. It's I don't know if it was a recent one.
I thought we talked about that last
We
event, but
did.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
we did, but I think he did it out in Upland at the
Oh, okay.
Gameology out in Upland, and someone
Nice.
brought Cruel Seas and he played it and he thought it was really, really
A
cool
fun
and he's
game.
getting into it. Yeah.
I mean, the
Okay,
other
good.
thing is there's been a lot of interest in some samurai rule sets now that that new Shogun TV show is on, which has been an incredible show, and I'm a couple of episodes behind, but yeah, there's
Yeah, I
been
know that we are going to be putting on a Japanese event, samurai event. I'm just not sure the date or time yet, place. So stay tuned on that. But yeah, people are
yeah.
getting fired up on that, I guess. I haven't caught it, so I haven't caught the bug yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there are a bunch of people I think in Upland playing Test of Honor. I don't know if they're playing
Mm.
version 1 or version 2. I've got version 1 and I enjoyed it quite a bit, but so I'm curious to at least see
Who's
version
that
2.
by? Who makes
Well,
that?
it used to be Warlord for version 1, but they don't make version 2. I forget which company makes it now. It's a different. They sold it off to. They let someone else make it now. The original author, I think, makes it now.
Because I know that Warlord sells Samurai. Do they play like Hail Caesar or Pike and Shot with that or something like that?
I don't know if they do or
Not
not.
sure.
I don't think I've ever seen like a supplement that covers
Mhm.
it. I mean, the Test of Honor rule set was a lot less models. It was maybe like 20 to 30 models in your
Sure.
force.
Nice.
And it wasn't a rank and flank game. I mean, they had some movement trays, at least in version 1, that held 3 models. There were some circles that held 3 models, but that was about as big as a unit could be.
That's cool. I saw that Ronin is a game, I think by what is it, Osprey? But
That's an Osprey Blue Book. I've
I
played
heard
that as
it's not
well.
that great.
It's good. It's not as
Uh,
good as Test of Honor, I think.
okay.
Um, Test of Honor's got a little bit more variety of stuff. It handles cavalry better, and uh, if you play a lot of Ronin, feels kind of samey after a while. It's the same
I
sort of the
see.
battles, just the same every time. But I think Test Honor was a bit better. But it's been I haven't tried version 2, so I'm curious to see if anyone has it and if they like it and if they're going to be giving demos of it or anything.
All
Yeah,
right.
I
Well,
know people online are listening in are probably Ronan, that's a great video game. I've never played either of those, but I do want to kind of answer this idea of games playing sort of the same. I know a lot of people play the build your list fight in bolt action, which is, yeah, it's good. I like that. But what I like more is what you and I have been doing, Mark, and that is playing the campaign scenarios. We've been having
yes.
a lot of fun with that because it
Yes.
forces you to take stuff that
Mhm.
you would normally not take.
And it makes the historical perspective a little bit better because it's sort of sometimes very, not right that, when you just, when you're throwing two armies out, it doesn't work out historically sometimes. So, yeah, I like it much better with the campaign. It makes you have something, different objectives, not so much the same kind of objectives. So, yeah, no, I like it a lot.
Yeah, like I think the last one we played, I had to take inexperienced guys, remember? And
Yes.
that was just such a challenge.
And
Even
then
though,
I think we played with foxholes, which was a cool
Mhm.
thing, and,
Yep,
and just different little things like that. So, and then we were talking about yesterday if whenever we get that 388 game going,
yeah,
when do you get to play with 388s in
Hmm.
one game? So,
yeah. So that's the Sown Bridge on Market
mhm.
Garden campaign. That's really fun too. And
I
I got,
played, my friend had an 88 yesterday. It's a really strong weapon.
yeah, it's really fun to play. Although its HE value is low, isn't it? It's like a medium HE.
I don't remember. He
Yeah.
just he just sliced open a Sherman pretty easy. So,
Yeah, it's really good for AP, but it's only a 2-inch template, which for HE,
oh,
which
weird.
is, yeah, I know, which you wouldn't, yeah, it's a
Oh,
medium.
that makes sense. I guess the velocity of it. I read somewhere that when guys had it coming towards them, they couldn't even hear it go by, and like
Right.
it would just take your head off, and you wouldn't even know it. And so.
Yeah, they called it a crash boom weapon, where you hear the
Hmm.
crash of the explosion, then you hear the boom of the shot being
Hmm.
fired from the weapon, which is sort of
Scary.
unnerving. Yeah. Did it fire again? Wait, I didn't hear it the first time, very
Right.
scary.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very excited about Octoon Panzer, but I'm also excited about doing more bolt action with the scenarios, and especially with the new book that came out. Have you guys seen the new book?
Was it
Case,
Case Blue?
Which book?
yep, Case
Oh,
I
Blue.
okay.
bought it. I bought it.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, I was really liking that one scenario with the destroyer in the harbor. That looks
Hmm.
really in Sevastopol. Is it Sevastopol, I think,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
right around that area?
I think, yeah, it's that area. Yeah.
Something Fedosia maybe. Yeah, no, that looked really cool, really fun. I don't have any Hungarians or Romanians. That book helps you if you have that, and the Italians, of course.
But of course, you
Um,
could just use German troops as Hungarians. That wouldn't be a problem.
no, no, Paul. Buy your Hungarians and paint them.
Yeah, because there's such a wide range, right? Available to me. So lots of Hetzers and
Well, I mean,
Yeah, no,
have you bought any Italians yet? I mean, who's?
no, I haven't. My two friends have them.
Oh,
There's
okay.
so many drawbacks with them. It's hard to buy them.
well, that's the thing about Case Blue. They've upgraded the
Yeah.
Italians and now they're
Yeah.
worth it. And I bought I guess probably 1,000 points worth of Italians and built
Oh,
them.
good,
So
good.
I'm ready with my Italians, Mark. So
Not okay.
Oh,
Let's
wow.
play. I'm down.
yeah.
I have the Soviets, so we could do that, or we could do. I have Americans and British and whatever we want.
Yeah, I think it's really important to be creative like that. That's one of the problems I have with the 40K community is they're just
They just want to
2K,
line
these
up and.
scenarios, that's it. That's all you've
Mhm,
got is those, particular battles. There is a big community on the side though that's not competitive that does a lot of what they call narrative play, which is
mhm,
similar, but it still doesn't have that flavor that the historical has, which I really
mhm.
like.
Do they
Yeah.
have scenario books for that game or anything like that? Or
Yeah, they do. They do little campaign kinds of things of that sort. Um, but there's no tie-in. There's just, it's very sci-fi. So
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit with the campaigns, you got to pre-plan on terrain or certain vehicles you might need, so that might be a drawback in ways I could see. Sometimes they're scary too because you play a scenario and it maybe fizzles out, and then you go, okay, maybe I should just go back to doing instead of trying it a different way or giving it a chance, maybe a little bit more.
yeah, but the scenarios are well, at least the campaign books are very well balanced.
Yes,
You and I
yeah,
have
they're
both
great.
found that they're very, very close games. So
And like you said, they add different flavors that are really fun.
yeah.
Very
So
good.
no one's going to advance then, right?
That's a little
Uh,
bit of a long haul. I'm coming off a spring break, so got to go back
I'll
to
be
work.
yeah, I'll be out of town.
Yeah. So what's the next big one then? Next big event?
I mean, it's either the April 20th game at World War One game at Odyssey, or Strategicon Memorial Day weekend, which is May 24th through 27th. Although I haven't looked to see what historical games are on the calendar yet.
The 22nd, I think at the church we haven't solidified it with Dan yet, but we're gonna try some Too Fat Lardy games there on the
Okay.
22nd of June. Sorry, 22nd of June.
All right. That sounds
Mhm.
cool. Of course, we can always go up to Xander's and meet you and
You always love to
shoot
play
that out
anybody,
there.
so come on up and we'll play.
And we never have gotten to Phil's neck of the
Mm.
woods to be taught
Yeah,
BattleTech.
BattleTech. Yeah, gotta do
Yeah.
that. Well, and Doctoon Panzer. So, I mean, have you guys bought it anywhere? Have you guys pre-ordered it, or where do you think it's going to be available? Just everywhere?
I would imagine Warlord of course at first, and then I don't know, where does Warlord go through usually?
Well, I've researched it. It's going to be at Brookhurst, so you can get
Okay.
a copy at Brookhurst.
Okay.
But other than that, you have to go straight through Warlord.
Anybody know the cost value price?
I think it's 80 for just the rules and the counter sheets.
Do we need new
That
dice?
comes, I think that's 80 comes with everything.
You need
Okay.
cards. There's a bunch of cards you need that comes with it.
Yeah. And it also there's only the 3 nationalities, is that right? Or 4?
4. You get the Russians as well.
Who we
Oh,
got
maybe
in
it is
this?
just 3. I thought the Russians were in there too.
I
Who's
think the
in there?
Russians are in there.
Yeah, British, Germans, Americans, and Russians.
Okay.
Okay, you're looking at it right now?
Yes,
Ah,
but there's no Japanese or Italians.
right, not yet. They
Not yet,
promise
no.
us that.
So in that case, I would imagine, like we were saying, maybe with bolt action, and I can't imagine a Italian tank facing up against like an IS-2 or something. So it probably has to be a campaign situation where you're playing in
Uh,
the
I mean,
desert or something like
or
that.
maybe you have more tanks, because I mean, you probably have one IS-2 versus 3. I don't know, whatever Italian tanks happen to be that aren't any good. So yeah,
Yeah.
What was it? The M40? I forget what it's called.
or Semiventes or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, M34 40s or something.
Yeah, it had a 40 in it. I know that.
So yeah, it's 90. Is that what I'm looking at? For the 4 cards, for each of the nationalities, which
Yeah,
And
is
then
Soviet,
shipping.
you get the rule book plus the cards for the 4 nationalities. Yeah,
plus the
I'm sure
cards
shipping is
and the
more.
tokens, right?
Yeah,
Cards and tokens included, yeah.
yeah.
And it says pre-order and it's due out to be released in April, which
Hey, it's April
There
now.
it
that's
is. It's
April
April.
now.
That's now.
Yeah. And I usually
Right on.
follow John Russell's videos every Wednesday. He hasn't mentioned it in his videos when it's coming out.
Maybe we could meet up somewhere in early June and play.
I think that's a great idea.
Or even May. I mean, we don't have to. Everyone, I assume, has tanks. I mean, we don't need to build anything. We've
Oh
got the
no, yeah, I
time.
have tanks. Is it like a packet, 3 tanks at a time, or is it one-on-one?
It
No, it's
depends.
3 or 4.
I mean,
Okay.
it's based on point cost. I mean, it's however many tanks you could fit in your army. So you could take a Tiger or a King Tiger or whatever you want, as long as you could fit in your cost. But I don't think
Okay,
it
I
goes
got a
more than
couple Panzer threes and a couple Panzer fours. I could do
yeah,
2 at a time with those probably.
yeah.
And I have just a junk load of Shermans, so I'm not hurting there.
I mean,
Nice.
I got a
Ronson.
Tiger and a Panther I could take plus some Shermans. Yeah,
Oh, so
Nice.
it's you two against
Oh, yeah.
me. Is that what we're saying?
Nice.
I got a
There we
couple.
go.
Or you could be Soviets and we could have a 3-way battle in Berlin.
Oh, I have tons
Yeah.
of Soviets.
Yeah.
I have,
4.
yeah, we could do this. Yeah, for sure. And
That
do
would
they
be
let
pretty
you have
epic.
self-propelled guns like the Stug?
Yeah, they don't have
I think
all the vehicles. They just have
Okay.
a good variety of them.
I think they
Mhm.
have the Stug, but I mean, I don't think they have like armored cars or smaller things that
Uh-huh.
aren't like Panzer IIs. I mean, it's said, I think, in 1944 as well.
Sure,
So,
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I
like that.
actually saw a list of all the vehicles that were on it.
Oh, okay.
And it looked like comprehensive enough where you wouldn't be upset if something was missing. You'd be,
Sure.
yeah. Obviously, they're not going to have like the like Whirlwind or stuff like that.
Oh yeah. If I zoom in, yeah, I could on the Warlord page on the American side, I could see what they have. Yeah, I don't.
Mhm.
They might not have like a Grant or anything like that, something that's
Right.
really
Oh, yeah.
early, but they got like an M20 Scout car in here. So yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, and a Priest and stuff like that, and Hellcats and MA
Hmm.
Greyhound. So they
Very
have
good.
everything for the period, it looks like.
I really
Very.
like that you can shoot at concealment terrain and knock it out and say nothing can appear there now.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
yeah, that's really cool. The other thing is, of course, you're loading your rounds. So that's, picking AP and APDS and all that. That's really
Um,
cool. And then the other thing is the random events that come up. So you can have a Panzer Shrek just pop out and
oh, wow.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I mean, your tank is modeled as multiple crew members, so they could each get wounded, I believe, differently, and have different skill levels. So
Oh,
if you
yeah. Driver and all that.
if you got a good driver and a poor gunner, then well, you're not going to be shooting a whole lot. So
Sure.
And you actually have to aim. You don't have to aim. You can like just throw a shot out there, but it's going to be miss most likely.
Sure.
yeah,
So there's a
Huh.
lot of variety of tactics that you can use.
All right. Looking forward to
Yeah. I'm hoping they have smoke for the Americans because that's kind of what they did. Willie
it.
Pete,
Sure.
toss a Willie Pete in front of your Tiger one and then flank it.
yeah. I mean, I am really looking forward to this game, so I can't wait for it to come out. So I've got to decide if I want to just pre-order it from Warlord now.
Yeah. Think I might go to Brookhurst and pick it up or at least pre-order it through Brookhurst. So
That'll
um,
probably be faster too than
yeah,
Warlord.
yeah, it'll be much faster.
There
Um,
you go.
do you know if Mike or those guys are going to play it?
I think they will. They have so many tanks. Yeah,
Okay, we could have a massive game then. That would be really
yeah.
cool.
There you go. Nice.
The more
Sweet.
obviously players, the less points you're going to do per player.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think it plays pretty fast if I remember Troy's article about it. So I mean, it won't be too long if you have like a 4-player game or anything.
Hmm.
That's
And
awesome.
it's on a 6x4 board.
That's what I'm assuming.
I think
Yeah.
so.
I mean,
Nice.
obviously, you could probably play it on a larger board
Sure.
if you had more people in a bigger area. Like
Yeah.
in the church, for example, you could play
Two
a
of those
much big,
tables.
right.
Mhm.
I mean, just zooming in on these cards here, just looking at like the Jag Panther card, I could see it says short range is 0 to 18, long range is over 18. So
There you go.
Very
All
awesome.
right.
I'm sure there'll be people who want to play it like with our 15 mm tanks or something too. So
Oh, yeah, that would probably, yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, yeah. Very cool. Well, I think we have a kind of a short episode this time. I don't think, I've been out of commission and there's been Phil's going out of town. So
Sure. Yeah, no, this is great.
do you guys have anything else that is coming up?
Nothing pressing, just getting ready for now that focus on summer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So we're
very good.
still gonna come down to your neck of the woods, Phil, and you're gonna teach us BattleTech, right?
yes, I need to talk to Dan about the church. He wanted to do like a sci-fi fantasy day, so that would be perfect. But
Oh, yeah, that'd be great for me. I
so
can make that.
yeah, so that was my goal for that. But let me talk to Dan.
Okay.
Nice. All
And what's
right.
the starter set you should get? Tell us that.
I would say the Alpha Strike box set is like $70. It's got 13 mechs, and it's the one that's geared toward playing on terrain as opposed to playing on a hex map. So
Okay.
Battletech Alpha Strike.
Alpha Strike.
And actually, I mean, I might be getting a group of people together. There's some people in my local game store Paper Hero in Santa Monica that seem interested. So I might be getting another group going, BattleTech Alpha
Right.
Strike soon.
Right
And
on.
Mark, we've never tried Paper Heroes in Sherman Oaks. That's kind of close to
No.
both of us, right?
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking. Okay, I'm up for it.
Yeah.
I'm not aware of all the shops down there. You guys have to enlighten me.
Yeah, and I've checked it out. It's got good tables and people play there. And we probably
Perfect.
would have to bring our own terrain, which is something we do anyways.
Yeah, that's
And
fine.
then you heard we talked about this last time that Geeky Teas is moving.
Yeah, you said in
Yeah.
May, right?
Yep, in May they're getting 17,000 square feet, which
Wow.
is huge. And
Looking forward to that.
I checked out the whole store. It's gonna be beautiful.
And do you know what that's at exactly?
Yeah,
or-
it's on Alameda, over by Victory and Alameda in Burbank. So it's
Sweet.
really close to the freeway. It's huge. It's got great parking.
Perfect.
There's food in walking distance. It's really exciting that they're moving out of that facility into something really spectacular.
Yeah. All right, we'll
Uh,
have to play down there.
Have you ever been, Phil?
I've been
Geeky
to
Teas?
the current location a couple of times. Yeah. I think the only thing is that you have to, I think, pay to play on a table. I believe it's not very much, but I
Hmm.
thought there was a fee to cover tables.
But we found it kind of upgrades the clientele.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Xander's does that too. I mean, it's fine. It helps out the store. I get it. You know, that I mean, people walk in, walk out, then they don't buy anything, and then the store is just basically there
Yeah.
doing, you know. So I get it. It's totally worth it.
Okay, Phil, so if I buy the Alpha Strike set and paint up the mechs, I'll be ready to go. You can teach me, right?
I could teach you. I mean, I have plenty of mechs. I'm not saying you have to buy it, but if you paint them up, we could certainly play with them. Yes.
Well, I want to read the rules too, because
The
playing a
rules.
game without knowing anything about the rules is not so fun.
I will say that the box set comes with a small pamphlet-sized rule book, which is not the complete rule book. So I'll still be able to pull some rules out of the main rule book that you'll never have seen before. So there's a separate rule book that you need to buy.
Nice.
Cool.
All right.
All right. So it's
That
not a
sounds fun.
complete set. It's just
It's
a
enough to
box
get
set.
playing. I mean, there's some extras that the main rule book has that you
You
don't
know
need
how
for
it
a
works,
demo
Paul.
game.
They just give you a taste, and then you got to
Yeah.
buy everything else.
Honestly,
can't
it's just one rule book. There's no codices, there's nothing. It's just a one rule book. That's all you need. There's
Oh my gosh.
there's no campaign books. Everything's in there, and everything.
There you
So,
go.
That's
There you go.
awesome. All right. Well, I think a short one this time, but next time we're gonna have a long.
Yeah, we're gonna be ready to go
Yeah.
for summer and have a plan and focus here.
And
For
hopefully
sure.
we'll have played Achtung Panzer and maybe even have like a little battle. I was thinking you and I, if one of us plays it or all three of us play it, we can do our battle report on it and show it on the
Yes.
podcast. That would be really
Perfect.
cool. And
or at
then,
least we'll own a copy by then. Yeah.
commentate
Yeah.
on it and
Yeah.
ridicule our crazy gaming style.
Sounds great.
All right. We'll
All
see
right.
you
Thanks, gentlemen.
again on the interwebs.
For sure.
Right.